Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to episode number 43 of the Houston Astros franchise here on MLB The Show 20. Today we're going to be doing the World Series between the Oakland Athletics in the AL and the Los Angeles Dodgers in the NL. If you're excited for this one, make sure you leave a like and subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content as we continue the road to 100 subscribers. So the way this episode is going to work out today is we're going to go through the World Series. Alright, I'm going to sim all the games up until we get to an elimination game. So whenever we get to an elimination game, we'll take a peek, watch the gameplay, I'll commentate it like normal, and then we'll do that until the series ends. Okay, so that's how we're gonna do the World Series. This is the last episode of 2020 season, so that means the off-season live stream is next. And off-season live stream, as you can see on your screen, is going to be this Friday at about 9:30, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so on Friday, we'll be going through the Houston Astros Season 1 live stream, so you don't want to miss that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Our first MLB live stream here on the channel. And I'm more knowledgeable with an MLB live stream, so I should feel like or off-season, so I feel like I'll know what to expect and stuff like that. But we want to see how the Houston Astros improve. But today is all about the World Series, the Oakland Athletics and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Two teams that have met in the World Series twice before, and they split 1-1, and then we jump right into game one. The Athletics win 4-3, in 10 innings. They score one run in the 10th. As overall solid performance, they steal one in Los Angeles and a 10-inning affair, and both teams went through their bullpen a little bit. Looks like the Dodgers went through it a little bit more, so that could cost them down the line. Game two, however, the Dodgers do win to tie up the series 1-1, as they do shut out the Athletics 7-0. Just a dominant performance by none other than Clayton Kershaw, who was on the mound for the Dodgers, as they got RBIs from Bellinger, Seager, Muncie, and Peterson. And he went 8 strong, 13 strikeouts. But the Athletics do win Game 3, 2-1 now in the series, and they had a shutout of their own. They won 7-0, only gave up 2 hits. They scored all 7 of their runs in the first 4 innings and just never looked back, as Olsen, Davis, Chapman, and Piscotty were their RBI leaders, and Mingden went 8 2/3. Game 4, a very close series, as it's now 2-2 going back and forth. The Dodgers win this one in Oakland 4-1, as they had a 3-run 7th inning that just kind of pulled them away. Barretto had a solo shot for Athletics, but that's literally all they can muster, as David Price had a dominant performance. And then Game 5, the Athletics win 3-2, so they've basically been holding serve, and that's going to take us to an elimination game. But let's take a look at the box score, 9-1. So the Athletics kind of dominated the Dodgers here, as Seager had the only RBI hit of the day, while the Athletics, they had long balls from Chapman and Piscotty, and Olsen had 3 RBIs of his own, and Shaba Manaya had a dominant performance. But it's an elimination game, so we're going to jump into Game 6 here at Los Angeles Dodgers Stadium, as the Athletics lead 3-2. It's a packed house here at Dodger Stadium, as the Oakland Athletics and the Los Angeles Dodgers showdown in Game number 6. Take a look at both of their lineups here in this matchup, as the Athletics are rolling with a lot of familiar faces that we came to know this year. One player you don't see is Mark Canha. There's no DH in the NL, so Mark Canha is actually on the bench. So that's a very interesting call for the Athletics, while the Dodgers are led by NL MVP Cody Bellinger in center. On the mound for the Dodgers is Clayton Kershaw. They're going to turn it back over to the man who had a dominant Game 2. He's had a okay postseason up until the World Series, a 4.21 ERA throughout the postseason, but they're going to call upon their man in order to get it done. And top of the first, he's going to do just that. He's going to line it. Well, actually, no, he's not going to do just that. That guy actually threw the middle of the infield. So now we have runners on first and second, 1 out for Chris Davis. 2-2 count to Davis. And he's going to chop this one to the shortstop. Now we got a 6-4-3 double play. So the Athletics get nothing in the first. They're going to turn to Frankie Montas here in Game 6. He's also had not the best postseason. 5.14 ERA through 3 starts. Has a 1.5 whip. So we'll see how he fares against this dominant Dodgers lineup. And just like that, in the bottom of the second, he's going to fare pretty well as he gets through 2 scoreless, as it's 0-0 still. Bottom 3 now, Mack Muncie is leading off, and he's going to draw the walk. He's going to take first base. So runner on board for the Dodgers. 2 batters later, Clayton Kershaw. He's going to lay down a sac bunt. Pretty good one at that. And a little bit of confusion, but they do get Clayton Kershaw, so that's Very unconventional second out of the inning. Gavin Lux up next, and he's going to line this one into left field for a base hit. Muncie's going to come around third, and he's going to score the first run of this ball game, and Lux is actually going to take second base. It's now 1-0 now for the Dodgers in the bottom of the third. That's going to bring up Justin Turner up next. 1-1 to him. He's going to line this one into center field for another base hit, and Gavin Lux, pretty solid speed, is going to round third and get home. So it's a 2-0 lead now for the Dodgers. Kiki Hernandez, he's going to pop this one into shallow left, but this will end the inning as Chris Davis underneath that one, and the Dodgers lead 2-0. Bottom four now, Cody Bellinger leading off. He's going to shoot this one to left field, playing the shift, has some carry on it, and over the wall, solo shot, Cody Bellinger, the two-time reigning NL MVP, 389 feet opposite field shot. And the Dodgers jump out to a 3-0 ball game here at home. Do or die situation. The Dodgers are starting to get rolling, trying to force a Game 7 back in this stadium. Let's go top five now. Marcus Semien, he's going to punch this one opposite field as well. That's going to get down into the corner and rattle up against the wall. And he's going to have a 1-out double for his troubles. So later in the inning, Matt Olson up next. Full count. It's actually going to draw a walk, so kind of close, but nonetheless a ball. So that puts runners on first and second for Matt Chapman. 2-1 to him. He's going to lace this one into the gap in left center. Looks like it's not going to get down. So Dodgers still holding a 3-0 lead going to the bottom of the fifth. Justin Turner, he draws a 1-out walk. And that's actually going to do it for Frankie Montas. Manager's going to call to the pen for his replacement. It's going to be Paul Blackburn, who has not had a good postseason at all. 11.05 ERA. Interesting man to call upon. Maybe the bullpen is tired. He's going to go up against Cody Bellinger, however, 2 outs, and get out of the fifth. So he comes in and gets his job done. Bottom six, very next inning, Jock Peterson lining off. He's going to lace it into left field, beats the shift, so that'll be a very easy double as that ball rolls all the way to the wall for a lead-off two-bagger. As we get into the heart of this lineup, here comes Mack Muncie. 2-2 to him. He's going to pop this one into deep left field. It's actually over the head of Chris Davis and actually over the wall. That's a ground rule double, which means Muncie will have an RBI of his own. 4-0. Clayton Kershaw still batting in the bottom of the sixth. He's going to end it, though. That's a pop fly to left field. So a 4-0 lead here for the Dodgers going top seven. Kershaw still on the mound, getting it done. There's a 5-4-3 double play. And then the very next batter, the number 2 spot, Marcus Semien, 1-2 to him. He can't catch up to that one. It's on the 122 pitches. Clayton Kershaw gets through 7. So we're going to go into the ninth now. Scott Alexander comes into the game, 5 1/3 so far in the postseason. It's 4-0, 2 outs. Frankie Barretto, and he's going to pop this one into center field. And that's going to do it here in Game 6. The Dodgers stay alive, force a Game 7 here at home as they take this one 4-0. Absolute dominant performance by Clayton Kershaw, just calling his number. Only had 4 hits for the Athletics, as Cody Bellinger had that one home run, and this one, Max Muncie went 2 for 3 for them as well. But Clayton Kershaw gets player of the game, his 7 strong innings, and there will be more action with a Game 7. So we're going to go all the way down to the final game possible of the 2020 season. Who is going to take the title of World Series champion? As Game 7 right back here at Dodger Stadium underneath the lights. Will the Dodgers finally crack that curse of winning a World Series? Or will the Athletics win their 10th World Series title? On the mound for the Dodgers, and this one will be Alex Wood, 4.56 ERA through the postseason. Not the best. As we take a look at this Athletics lineup, basically the same that we just saw. No new faces other than the pitcher spot, which is interesting, which we'll touch on in a minute. The Athletics rocking their green unis, which I personally love. Top 2, Stephen Piscotty, and he's going to line this one into the gap in left center. There was a runner on first base. That's going to get all the way up against the wall. And the runner on first is going to round third, come home, and the Athletics draw first blood in the top of the second. On the mound for the Athletics is A.J. Puck, the young man, making a huge start in his career. Hasn't had the best postseason. Well, actually, this season he had a 5.70 ERA, so I think he's making his first start of the postseason. Big shoes, but big confidence by this Athletics manager, as the young man is playing in the biggest game of his life. So you take a look at the Dodgers order, a little bit different. They got Justin Turner leading off in this one. Here's bottom 2, a shot into left field against the shift. Chris Davis is not going to be able to catch up to that one. And there's a leadoff double in the bottom of the second for the Dodgers. 1 out now. Kike Hernandez up at the plate, full count to him. And he's going to line this one into the right center gap. That one's definitely going to get down. Runner on second did not go, but it's not going to matter because it's over the wall for a ground roll double, which means we're tied up at 1. Pitcher Alex Wood, he's going to get fanned to end the second. So both teams getting one across here in the second. Now we go bottom 3. Cody Bellinger, there's a hit into the outfield. Runner on first went to second already. So now we got runners on first and second, 2 outs. Mack Muncie, who's hitting in the 5 spot today, 2-2 to him. He lines this one into right field, and that's way up against the wall. That's going to score 1. Will they send around Bellinger? Yes, they will. Bellinger's coming home, and it's not even going to be close. 3-1 now for the Dodgers here in the third, as Puck having a rough go of things here in the early going. Next batter, A.J. Pollock, and he's going to line this one to the first baseman. Good play. Puck's going to cover the bag, and it's 3-1 after 3 innings. Chris Davis in the top of the 4th. He's going to lead off, and he's going to shoot this one to opposite field or right field. That ball is carrying, and it's over the wall. That ball is gone. Solo shot for Chris Davis. His first of this World Series. Went 402 feet, and that was much needed if you're an Athletics fan, as this now cut to a 3-2 lead, as this Game 7 is shaping up to be an absolute classic, as 1 run separates both of these teams at this point. Now bottom 6, AJ Puck still on the mound, but Pollock is going to shoot this one to right field, and it's going to rattle up against that short wall for a 1-out double. And I think that'll be it for Puck, because the manager's going to come out and he's going to pull the plug on the young man, turn it over to his bullpen, specifically Yusmeiro Petit, who is not allowed to run this whole postseason. He is also a free agent. He is going to be highly coveted in the reliever position, someone that we're actually interested in. He's going to start off with a K on Kike Hernandez, and then 2 outs Will Smith. He's going to get fanned as well. And Petit just dominant this year. I mean, I can't stress enough how dominant he's been. As we go later in the game, Blake Trine is going to come out for the bullpen now for the Dodgers. So both teams turning to their bullpen here. It's top 7. Matt Chapman leads off, full count to Chapman. And that one's off the glove of the first baseman. He tried to jump for that, and it's actually going to roll away from him. And Chapman, who has quiet speed, is going to be able to get into second base. So that's a leadoff double for the Athletics with a runner in scoring position. Now 1 out, Steven Piscotty. He lifts this one deep to right center. I think it's going to be caught, but they're probably going to tag. No, they're actually not going to tag. Probably for the best, actually. So now 2 outs, and runner is still on second base. And the Dodgers are actually going to turn it over to their pen. Scott Alexander, who we saw come in the 9th inning last game, is going to come in. So a very interesting call. He's got Austin Allen at the plate, and Austin Allen is going to single up the middle. Chapman's going to round third base. He's coming home. Throw from Peterson is not in time. It's a tie ball game here in the top of the 7th. 3-3 as the Athletics complete the comeback. Now, the inning's not over. We go to the pinch hitter, Robbie Grossman, who has yet to get a hit this series. He's got a full count, 2 outs, and he's going to line it, and it's going to get batted down by the shortstop, but no play. So that will be his first hit of the series. Now we have runners on first and second for Franklin Barretto, and he's going to get called looking on a pitch that looked a little zone. He's arguing his case. But now we got a 3-3 game here at the top of the 9th. Mark Canha, he's going to draw the walk. Pedro Baez now for the Dodgers on the mound. As you're going to pinch run, Jorge Mateo, who's got some pretty solid speed, is out there on first base. 1-1, and what do you know? He's actually going to take off. He's going to second base, and he's in there with ease. So runner on second is the go-ahead run. 2-2 count. They're actually going to hit, and they're actually going to run. Hit and run here. Austin Allen pays off. Mateo's going to score. 4-3 lead here for the Athletics in the top of the 9th. And they are an inning and a half away from the World Series. Franklin Barretto, he's going to strike out. He has not had a good World Series in these past couple games. But it's bottom of the 9th, so they're going to turn it over to their all-star closer, Liam Hendricks, who's 3 for 3 in 3 innings in the postseason. Austin Barnes started off. He's going to draw a walk on a pitch that looked like it was in the zone, as that puts the go-ahead or tying run on first. Justin Turner, he's actually going to get caught looking. That might have been a make-up call by the umpire, but nonetheless, strikeouts. Number 2 batter, Corey Seager, full count to him. He's swinging through it, striking out as well. The Athletics 1 out away. And here comes Jock Peterson. which means Cody Bellinger is on deck. So you got to get Jock Peterson out right here, you think. 3-1 to him. Close call, but he doesn't get it, as that's a walk. So runners on first and second for Cody Bellinger. 2-2 to Bellinger, and high and outside. They're going to call that a strike. Game over. Athletics are your 2020 World Series champions as they defeat the Dodgers in 7 in a classic Game 7 that'll go down in the history books. They are your World Series champions. Athletics win their 10th title in franchise history, and you cannot help but feel for these Dodgers who have come so close year after year after year. But not to take anything away from this Athletic squad, they went through and had a dominant postseason. Beat the Dodgers in 3, beat the Yankees in a sweep in the ALCS. They've earned the right to be called your World Series champions as the 2020 season draws to a close. There is your team. Chris Davis is your Game 7 MVP after that solo shot back in the 7th. And that really sparked the rally. As we look forward now to the 2021 season, the Houston Astros, they're competing now with the World Series champs. So Astros got a lot to do, and we got a lot we got to address this offseason. As I believe we have a solid team, but there's obvious that we need improvements, especially if we want to keep pace with the Athletics. So we'll have to see all what happens in the live stream. Remember, the live stream is this Friday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Link to my Twitch will be in the description below. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun. But that's actually going to do it for us here in this one. 2020 season comes to a close, but a new chapter is about to begin. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe down below, especially for more franchise content as we continue the road to 100 subscribers. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.